I can do it. Hello, everybody. This is Napa Fan here on the NOFSRL channel, and this is qualifying for race number 10 in season number 10 of the NOFSRL Cup Series. We are here at the Talladega Super Speedway to set the starting lineup. Of course, the only thing that really matters for this race is which two guys get into the hot seat, because where you start for this race doesn't mean a thing. As you can tell, Derek Campbell in the booth along with Matt Tuck, and hopefully we'll have Chase Buck in the booth as well for tomorrow's race. And Matt Tuck, Trey Wright, Hedgel Everyone's going to be calling the Turkey Hill race later on today. That's fun. But yeah, Uncharted qualifying. These are the 8 drivers. Both of the Uncharted winners we've had so far this season in the Cup Series are in the hot seats for this weekend. The number 2 of John Andrews. Number 21 is Will Parrish. Number 29 is Roberto Crown Jr. Number 32 of Daniel Bouchard. Number 52 of Landon Smith Jr. Number 55 of Joey Hightower. The 76 of Ben Crouch. And the 80 of Ashlin Boyd. So some of the best drivers who have been in hot seats this season in the hot seat for this one. Top 2 fastest guys advance. Obviously, you need a draft to get a good time, but it is possible that all 8 of these guys could go out on their own. Let's have to see how it all goes down. But guys, it's Talladega. Doesn't really matter where you start for tomorrow's race. How do you think it's going to play out for 38 laps tomorrow?
Well, Dega, that's really all I have to say about this. We've all seen Dega races on NR. We've all seen how terribly they can go.
They can go pretty bad. Last year's was definitely interesting, and your guy Thomas Troxel won last year in the number 35. Of course, you guys haven't had too good of a season so far with Lost Star Racing, but do you think this could be an opportunity for you guys to possibly turn it around, Matt?
Well, I don't know. Somebody better hope they better start doing at least something. I'm going to have to fire some people. But hopefully, I mean, you know, this is not exactly the racetrack that you want to bank on turning your season around at, but anything is possible, and if there's a place where anything is possible, it is Talladega.
Of course, everyone's getting fired at the end of the season. This is the last season, so you know, this doesn't really matter too much at this point. Either way, Ashlin Boyd so far the only driver to complete a lap so far. No one in a pack quite yet. It could get interesting with Bouchard and John Andrews here, though. If those two can hook up, they may be able to be the two who advance on. John Andrews has won this exact race before. Back in season number 8 in 2019, he won here at Talladega. So that's his lone, actually one of his 2 Cup wins, I should say. But he was a full-time driver at the time when he did it. So if he can qualify his way in, he's going to have an opportunity at getting his 2nd Talladega win in the NOFSRL Cup Series. Number 21, Will Parrish, fastest, and the 3 races that Will Parrish has been in so far, he has finished top 10 in all 3 of them. And as far as I know, this is his 5th straight race in the hot seat as well. So he's definitely been doing a good job in the Turkey Hill National Series so far this season. And definitely looking to do something for your team, Derek, as this is number 21. You did get a win with Ace Garcia so far this year. You guys have not won a race with the Uncharted. That would be Chase Buck and Josh Williamson who have won races with their Uncharted guys. Will Parrish is 2nd fastest. Daniel Bouchard is now to the top of the board, but this is something you want to watch out for. Ben Crouch. And speaking of watching out, Joey Hightower on the Super Speedway. If he makes it into the Cup race, oh boy.
Everyone hold on to your butts.
I don't know. It's just going to have to see how it all goes down. I imagine Ben Crouch is going to go to the top of the board right here, though. He pulled right up to that 55, and he, along with Joey Hightower, 2 fastest drivers so far here in Uncharted qualifying. Almost by a full second on those guys, but John Andrews and Daniel Bouchard got a pull from each other. And now it's John Andrews and Ben Crouch, the 2 drivers, looking to advance on here for this Mountain Dew 500.
Well, they are. The one thing you do need here, especially when you have a couple cars, is you're at a pretty big advantage when you're working together. 30 seconds to go. I mean, looking around this racetrack, this could hurt the 32 passing the 2 car here. May actually open the 2 back up at Andrews for another shot at a faster lap. But looking around the rest of the racetrack, I haven't seen a whole ton of guys grouped up together. These might be 71's by himself. Who else do we have on the racetrack right now? There's not a lot of cars in a group.
Yeah, the thing is, there are only 8 drivers out here on the track, so...
Guys, look who's on top of the board right now. It's that 2 machine.
It is. Yeah, he's been on top for a while. He clocked in that time the lap before, and Assuming that no one else gets the advantage here. The only guys I can see beating him maybe Hightower, but even these guys aren't getting a pull. I think John Anders ended up pulling up to Daniel Bouchard, which allowed him to get that fast time, and I think the same thing happened with Ben Crouch when he pulled up to Hightower, and Hightower's going to call it a day, so he's not going to advance on. Watch out for Ben Crouch. He may advance his time a little bit more, even though he's already in second, pulling up to the 52 of Landon Smith Jr. right there. Don't think he's going to advance his time, but he really doesn't need to, only unless Bouchard happens to clock in a faster time here. But I doubt that he is going to. He did advance his time, but it's not enough to beat Ben Crouch. So John Anders and Ben Crouch, more than likely going to be the two guys who advance on, and it's pretty big for John Anders, who's already won a race this season for Buck Racing, looking to get his second Talladega win in the NOFSRL Cup Series. A very good opportunity for him to do so in tomorrow's race. Tomorrow at noon Eastern Time. We're back to noon. We're taking noon this time, Matt.
Noon.
All right? Yes, we're taking noon again this time. But definitely going to be interesting to see what John Anders can do along with Ben Crouch in tomorrow's race. Of course, both of the drivers have had pretty good runs in the hot seat so far. Both of them have been multiple races this season. Both have gotten a top 10 in the series. Of course, a lot of guys who have been in the hot seat have gotten top 10s. But John Anders, Ben Crouch, they advance on. They're going to join the other 40 full-time drivers here in the NOFSRL Cup Series to set the starting lineup for the Mountain Dew 500 here in season number 10. And here we go, ready to set the starting lineup for tomorrow's Mountain Dew 500 here in the NOFSRL Cup Series season number 10. And like we said in Uncharted qualifying, it really doesn't matter where you start for this race, but you might not want to start in the back, because if you do, you may get caught up in an early accident. Tends to happen quite often here at Talladega, where these guys go for wide a little too early, causes a big wreck, and then they're all trying to maneuver around the lap cars throughout the entire race. You know, we almost don't take this race seriously anymore. You know, it's been a little bit of a rough one the past few years here at Talladega, but hey, it's a wild card race. We all know that coming in, and it could easily shake up the points as well. Keegan Thompson, though, comes in with a 26-point lead. Although there's still a good chance that he will continue on, but got some new paints. Not really new paints. Chain Lake's already run this scheme this year, but the Dan Weldon tribute back on the 15 machine, trying to get some new luck on that machine right there. Our last winner here at Talladega in the NOFSRL Cup Series was Thomas Troxel, who won this race a year ago. And if you remember last year's race, that thing was wild. We had a massive accident in that one. But a tribute to Ayrton Senna in the number 53. I've heard this scheme has done very good in the Body Armor Cup Series. The black version of this scheme has done very good in the Body Armor Cup Series with Troxel behind the wheel. You guys looking for some good luck here at Talladega?
Hopefully. Going back to back, you don't often see guys win back-to-back races at the same track, so that would help. Obviously, it's going to be an interesting one come later in the season. We have to go to 2 super speedways in the chase, so we'll see how that plays out. But getting it started here at Talladega for the first time this year, and hopefully we can maybe turn the voodoo around on this one.
We're just gonna have to find out. You guys have yet to win a race this season, but we are still early on in the season. Still not even halfway through the regular season yet either, so keep that in mind. A 24-race regular season before we set the 12-driver chase. Fastest driver right now is Shane Lake, but that is with no draft, I do believe. We're going to see a lot more packs in this session than we did in the Uncharted qualifying session. Daniel McMillan in the 79 now fastest, but that's really not going to hold up for too much longer. Now LJ Semeta with the top speed, but someone's blowing up Ethan Lewis. That'll definitely affect his ability to get a time in here. Been a bit of a tough season for Buck Racing. Of course, they did get a win with their Uncharted driver and John Andrews at Las Vegas, but outside of that, their full-time guys have not done too well. Brett Sear 22nd in points, Cody Sill 24th in points, and Ethan Lewis 30th in points. So not much going for him so far this season. A lot of the other Blue Ovals have been doing a lot better, but they have not. So we'll have to see if they can turn that around. Of course, this is a big equalizer race. Like I said, anyone can win this thing, and they can definitely change a season around. There's Mason Brown currently with the fastest time here in qualifying. Still not as fast as the fastest time that John Anders had in the Uncharted qualifying session. So odds are that time will be defeated by the end of the session.
One thing Granted, it's a while ways back, but the one thing from that we learned way back in Daytona 500 qualifying for backs way back in February was that the guy who leads the group is often not the one who's going to get the fastest time. It's usually the third or fourth guy in line in the group who can sit back a ways and gets the biggest hole in the air punch for him that can make up the most amount of time. Obviously, as we see, that's the 71. I don't know where he went.
Yeah,
That's the
I think
71 of
the best way to get a time is if you're someone like Ryan Durrani here, or look at Sam Adio. If Sam Adio could find a way to close into this pack, that 48's going to shoot right to the top of the board. But he's got to have a bit of a pull in order for it to happen, and he is getting it. Look at this. You get so much speed off of that draft. And I would definitely imagine that Sam Adio is going to go to the top of the board right here. He is pulling so much speed coming to the line. Nicholas Sam Adio, 7th quickest. I think some other guys have been doing that, but he definitely improved on his time right there. Mason Brown back to the top of the board, actually, in the number 83 with Kukulon. Brown's teammate Owen Miles, the 40 machine of Gatlin Downey, and the 54 of Nathan Baird. You also have Thomas Troxel in this pack. He's currently 9th quickest. There's John Anders on the pit lane. Number 2 machine, who won here in season number 8. We got a large pack here, and all the cars are orange.
This is literal heck for me. Oh gosh.
This is not scripted. Pretty much every orange car is in this pack.
Almost every orange car. I don't see no 83 in there.
Yeah, 83's not too far behind.
God.
In case you folks don't know, Derek is colorblind, so
This is not easy for him.
no,
Right now.
It's not.
But I would imagine we're going to see some fast times out of this pack right here, considering how large the pack is. Number 12 machine of Brett Sierra to the top of the board. Jordan Lopez is 2nd. Gatlin Downey is 3rd. 82 of Keegan Thompson is 4th.
That's about 5.
I think Keegan Thompson was in this pack. I think he went to the pit lane. So all those orange cars are going to be starting up front for this race.
We all know.
Yeah, we got the 12 of Brett Sierra, the 28 of Jordan Lopez, the 40 of Gatlin Downey, the 82 of Keegan Thompson, the 22 of Owen Miles, and the 83 of Mason Brown. All 6 of those cars are orange in some way.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, this pack, it's going to be interesting, too, because this pack is still together, but we'll see here who can get a run. Shane Lake in about a lap or two, maybe on for a real hot one. Downey's losing some time there. I don't think Downey's gonna... Ooh, somebody just cracked. Nathan Baird just hopped into the top 10. Downey actually just jumped up to 3rd.
Downey was already at 3rd. Fisher G was the one who jumped inside the top 10 in the 7 machine. Then you have Ace Garcia and the 54 of Nathan Baird there. But, yeah, the orange cars are doing an excellent job so far. Shane Lake is 13th. Ryan Durrani there in 12th. At the end of the day, though, it's not really going to matter too much where these guys start. A pole is still a pole. Brett Sierra definitely going to be welcoming that pole position if he, in fact, gets it. And I think we did see in last year's race, these guys kind of have an ability to hold off the field for a few laps. So it's possible that could happen. Of course, at tomorrow's race, no pit stops. No need to come in for fuel. If a caution comes out, then, of course, it's only a 2-lap caution, only unless it comes with 3 laps to go. If it's 3 laps to go, then that ends the race. But, going to be interesting to see how it all goes down for these guys here at Talladega. But I'm anticipating a pretty wacky race. Let's put it that way. It probably will play out a lot like the Daytona 500 did. If you remember that race, they were maneuvering around the lap traffic all day long in that event. Thankfully, this race is a little bit shorter than the Daytona 500. The Daytona 500 was 125 miles. It's only 100 and some change, so a little bit shorter. 38 laps here at Talladega for tomorrow's race. Brandon Nelson just went to 3rd. Watch out for Brandon Nelson. He's been having a lot of strong runs as of late in this number 18 machine. He didn't have the best of runs at Richmond, but the past 2 races, I think he may have finished runner-up 2 weeks in a row at Rockingham I don't think he was runner-up in Martinsville, but he was top 5 in 2 straight races at Rockingham at Martinsville, so he definitely picked it back up a little bit there in that Grattan Racing number 18.
Yeah, I can confirm he was not second at Martinsville. That was my Uncharted car, if I remember correctly.
Will Parrish in the 21.
Single file here. That's going to put, I would say, Durrani and...
Oh, yep. Gatlin Downey just went to the top of the board, pulled up on that pack right there. So there's a single file, and Downey, Shane Lake up to third there. Brandon Nelson, Fisher G's up there. Ryan Durrani, then Jordan Lopez, Owen Miles. I think, hold on a second. I think every single car inside that top 10 is either orange or red. Durrani, the only true red car inside that top 10.
And almost every one of them is in this pack.
Yeah.
Why?
Now, they will mix up throughout the race, but that's something else. Now, with virtually every orange car in the field.
Whoa, 22 to second. Let's go.
Owen Miles up to second. Hey, you know what, man? Here you are complaining about all these orange cars, yet 2 cars on your team are orange.
Yeah, let's not mention that, eh? I also have a car of red on it. What's your point?
I mean, I don't know. If orange is that painful, you should have made a different color. I mean, I guess Schluter,
it's kind of hard with Schluter.
The Schluter Systems is orange, and Fanta is orange.
And then to try to get luck, we did bring back Coke as a sponsor on the 81.
And it worked. You guys won Atlanta.
Aha! It only took...
There's Ace Garcia, the Atlanta winner. Ryan Durrani just went to the top of the board. Late in the session.
Oh!
Very late.
Faster than everyone else.
And this, look at that. These guys are spread out enough where they can really get a fast time. But you know what? They're pulling up to this pack right here. But the time is going to run out at this moment. I don't think they're going to have a... No, boy, they might.
Oh, here
Now, the big
go.
question is... Will these lap times count? That's the big... Oh, they're going to run into Stapleton here. They're going to have to slow it down.
Well, Nelson and Lake in the back might have a shot. They're going to get a pretty big
Oh,
run.
yeah, watch out for Shane Lake here.
That's going to be an absolute clapper of a lap there.
Brandon Nelson, Shane Lake, if these times officially count. I don't know if they cross the line in time for them to officially count. No change. Nope. Ryan Durrani wins the pole for the Mountain Dew 500 here at Talladega. With Gatlin Downey, Owen Miles, Brett Sierra, Shane Lake, Brandon Nelson, Fisher G, Jordan Lopez, Keegan Thompson, Eli Bright, our last winner in the series, cracking that top 10 late in the session. Take a look at the rest of the results back through there. I'm not sure if Stapleton ever even was in a pack there. He had a bit of an issue, but hey, it doesn't matter where you start. Those guys in the back are probably going to work their way to the front. A lot of these guys are going to be leading tomorrow. It should be entertaining. We do have a tie between McMillan and Alonso, and Herr Jalarvin Alonso holds a tiebreaker on McMillan, so Alonso will officially start 23rd. That may be the only tie that we have, though, in this field, and I do believe it is, so pretty good there. Yeah, that is the only one. McMillan and Alonso. So yeah, Ryan Durrani starts on the pole for tomorrow's Mountain Dew 500 here from Talladega. Noon Eastern time. It's going to be a fun one with, I think Chase will hopefully join us as well. But Matt Tuck, Derek Campbell in the booth for this one. It's going to be a fun one. It's Talladega. It's going to be crazy, and I don't know. Just enjoy it. And tomorrow, or should I say later today, at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, it is the Chevy Trucks 300 from Talladega in the Turkey Hill National Series. We already did that race, and it's Talladega. That's all I got to say. Hope you folks enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching. On behalf of Derek and Matt, we will see you guys tomorrow at noon Eastern Time for the Mountain Dew 500 here in the NOFSRL Cup Series on AG Racing. Congratulations to Ryan Durrani, and I will see you guys later.